All right, here's the big video that I really love making each year. Hi, welcome to Schulte's Sweeties Homeschool YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm a mom of 3 girls ages 14, 10, and almost 8. We are getting ready to start our 9th year of homeschooling, but this year is a lot different again because I will only be homeschooling my youngest daughter, who is going to be in 2nd grade. So this video, typically I do when I do like the grade reveals, I do like just their main like math and language arts stuff, and then I do a big video of like family subjects because typically we would do social studies, science, and Bible kind of all together. But obviously she will be my only one, so we will be doing everything family style, just with the 2 of us. So I am going to go ahead and share all the things. A couple things to keep in mind. I know I go overboard. I overplan a lot, but I like to have lots of extra resources because we don't use everything every day. We are some that kind of like pick and choose some days how we want to like touch on language arts and things like that. So that's kind of how things are going this year. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the easiest one, which is math. So we have level 2 of exploring creation with mathematics. And this is Apologia math. We love Apologia math. She is already halfway through this. This year she started it like in the 2nd semester, so she is halfway through, and I anticipate we will start level 3 mid-year as well because that's just the progression she's doing. She grasps math really well. So I have this, and this is our main curriculum. A couple things that I have extra is I do have mathematical reasoning level C. So this is her level that she could work on some of these pages extra. Now, Apologia is a full curriculum. We don't have to have this, but they do like recommend you work on certain skills each day. And sometimes I like to look them up in here and just give her a different way of like knowing those skills. They have it in like a calendar all scheduled out. So I have this, and one other thing I had a gift certificate for Well-Trained Mind that I wanted to use. I had won it somewhere. And so I went ahead, I couldn't figure out what to get. And so I went ahead and got their Math with Confidence, just like one of the workbooks for grade 3, like the first one. So I will be using that here and there as well, if it works. But I figured I wasn't really out much if it didn't work. So that was the easiest subject, math. Along those lines, I kind of think of critical thinking a little bit at the same time. She loves critical thinking, and so we have a lot of these like mind benders. We have science mind benders, the insects, and then we have animals. So she has those. We did get this verbal mind benders. It's okay. It's not like necessarily her favorite. She really likes these. This is grades 3 through 6, and she's already started it. She just loves these. So I have a feeling she will go through this, and I don't know, she might just move on from there. She loves those things. If you have any other suggestions of something similar to that, like she loves especially mind benders. I know they have other critical thinking skills, but she really likes the mind benders. All right, so moving on into language arts. So this is the big one. Her phonics, she is going to work on all about reading level 2. We are finishing up this summer level 1, so I have no, I think it'll be just fine to start her in level 2. I think we will probably be finished, if not within just a couple weeks of finishing level 1 once school starts. So level 2, and I have this book. I have already prepared the binder. I love it when I can just open it up and get it out. Preparing the levels 1 through 4 was like kind of a tedious job. I did kind of enjoy it though, but I already have it prepared this time, so it is kind of nice. I don't have to sit down and do it at the beginning. And then you also have readers, and I don't know where those are, but we do have them as well. A couple things we're going to add on this year is one is Grammar Galaxy, and this has been something that I actually did with my oldest when she was around this age, and I really liked it. I don't think my oldest really loved the stories of like the space and stuff, but I do like the concept, and I loved like some of the lessons in there of what we covered. I remember one of them was going to like the library and learning about the library and like different types of books and things. So we are going to do the first level. This is volume 1. This is Nebula, and I went ahead and printed out the mission manuals into 2 books, and then I also have the just the reader book that has like the stories and stuff in it. So they read a story from here and then they do work, and it honestly does not take that long. There is an audiobook. I don't know, I used to have it but I can't find it, so I might end up getting it again. I'm not sure. I may just read it to her. It's kind of fun. It's just a quick story, just a few pages, and then they do like 3 to 4 pages in there, and it's really doesn't take that long. So it's not like a ton of extra, but I feel like it'll be really valuable extra involved. Like it'll be some extra grammar and literature and spelling. There's all sorts of things for, I think, writing in here. So she covers a lot in here. I can't decide. I might just wait until we get started with these, but I have 2 different spellings. So I have spelling workout and building spelling skills. I have used building spelling skills with my other 2 daughters, and I haven't used, I don't think, this young, but I do want to get her started. I do know that sometimes this can be kind of easy. I like how this one is set up. It is just like black, white, and blue, so it's not very like exciting, but the other one's just black and white. So I don't know, I do kind of like, there is some like reading in here as well, and so I kind of like that. There's a little bit of writing. I don't think it's as challenging in here. I do like this kind of thing with the boxes. So it does have some pictures in this one as well. So I don't know, I have to still decide. I don't want to necessarily get started and then move on to another one. I want to choose beforehand. I just have to sit down and actually choose, but I have both of them though. So instead of doing Explode the Code this year, and we've liked Explode the Code, but I thought it would be nice to kind of mix it up a little bit this year. And this was recommended from Ticket to Learning. I saw on her page that she has used this Plaid Phonics as well as the spelling workout, I believe. And so I went ahead and got this. It looks similar to Explode Code, but actually with color, and then just like a little bit different and maybe a little bit like more fun. I don't know, it might be just a nice change. So we're gonna try this out instead of Explode the Code this year. And then of course we have our trusty word ladders. She is gonna just move on to this one. This is grades 2 and 3. I think she has actually started this a little bit this year when we couldn't find her other level. So word ladders, grades 2 and 3. I bought this used, and like you can find workbooks even on Thriftbooks. If you can check them out, if they're like very good condition, you might end up with a really good version of workbooks. I like to take the chance sometimes. It's okay if you don't want to. So a couple other things that I'm adding in. Language arts is like the biggie. So we are not doing all of these aspects every day. I will probably do phonics, I don't know, every other day or so, and then Grammar Galaxy on the off days. We will add these other things in. I don't know, we'll see about daily or not, but I'm going to be doing, I decided to go ahead and add in Scholastic's 240 words that, vocabulary words that kids need to know. This is level 2. I'm gonna add that in because I thought this would be a good chance, and I really liked Scholastic's vocabulary with my middle daughters last year, and I was like, may as well just add it in. And then I found this at like a variety store in town, and this is reading and writing, and this is highlights. I did not find it online, like I couldn't find it on Amazon. I don't know if they're still making this or not, but it has like some reading and comprehension. There's some like writing. This is like characters and setting and different things. So there's all sorts of things in here. I just thought we could work on this here and there. It's a very thin book. It's not very thick. It was just a few dollars, honestly. So I think we will use this kind of as reading comprehension. I also still have for reading comprehension, I have this from last year. It's grade 1, but it's not a big deal. This had some colorful pages. This was the big book of reading comprehension activities, but I figured we didn't get through it. May as well use that if we can. I also printed this off from Miniature Masterminds, and this is only like 12 weeks worth, and we didn't get through it this year. So this might be something that we continue to work on next year as well for reading comprehension. Then moving on to I got into this thing like, do I need a literature thing? Of course, Grammar Galaxy does have some literature, plus she's still working on phonics. But I'm like, do we need something extra? So I remembered that I had Rabbit Trails Through Literature Volume 1, and I was like, why don't I just use it? She used it with me like a few years ago, and so she probably doesn't remember it. So I think we'll really just focus on this maybe on Fridays. I don't know, but like just probably one day a week we will really work on it. We don't go on a lot of extra rabbit trails, so I don't think it will take us too long, but like going through, doing an activity and kind of working through some of these picture books, I feel like she will enjoy, because I want to like really be focused on our picture books and maybe, you know, do some of the lessons in here with those. So I'm almost done with language arts, but I have this book, which is Write a Super Sentence. This is grades 1 through 3, and I think this would be a really good thing to work on. Probably not daily, probably just for a short amount of time, like once or twice a week. But we will go through this just to make sure she's developing good sentences. There is like an even more developing good paragraphs that we could move on to next after this. And then I also do still have this from grade 1, and we haven't really used a ton of this because we've really been focusing on phonics, and like we're starting to branch off a little bit, so I might pull in some of these just depending on how our Grammar Galaxy works and everything, but I do have this as a resource available. And then you may have noticed I didn't add in a handwriting yet, so I think my plan, I could change it, we'll see, but my plan is actually just to really focus on copy work, and she has really liked these Draw Right Now books, and I don't know why I always forget to pull these out, so I am pulling them out this year, and we are going to work on Draw Right Now. I have a bunch of them. I don't know, so maybe we'll focus on certain ones like according to our science or history type thing. So this is from last year, but this is her notebook. I might get her a new one just to have like you can see the changes, or I might just like put first and second grade and let her finish it up, because we did not finish this. But this is where she will do a lot of her copy work, and maybe if I have her write anything for other subjects, I might have her do that in here. I also do have some of these that I got, I don't know, from a printable on Teachers Pay Teachers, but these are from Lucky Little Learners, and they're like drawing and then writing a little bit, and so similar to like the copy work, but like you're drawing these and making your own story. Now we'll move on to our other subjects. This would normally be our like family subjects, but these are where she is going to be by herself. So moving on to like social studies, we do have to meet like different social study goals. And so I am gonna do like American history with her, and then some geography and global things. So first thing is Beowulf's Early American History. This is the little kids one. I have the little like the schedule and everything in here, and then this is like her workbook type thing where we read from. If you don't know about Beowulf and Guest Hollow, they like kind of give you like a buffet, and honestly even for this they've added in on the schedule like science books that you can add in to go along with the subjects as well. We might do that a little bit, but honestly I'm mainly focusing on the history, but you can go to lots of sources. They have videos and other picture books and all sorts of things. That is what we are going to work on for history as well. I did get this from Layers of Learning. I am one that just likes lots of things. I got this from Layers of Learning. This is Revolutionary Republics. This is kind of going through like the Revolutionary War, and so I have that we can do some of the activities with as well. Oh, I do also have this. I got this from another company. They sent this to me, so I think we'll work on this as we go through American history as well. It's like a cardboard little paper doll house. And then for geography. I have a couple different resources. I did get this from like a used book sale, and it has no writing in it. This is a very old Exploring My World book. I don't know, it's pretty old. The pictures and stuff are okay. You can tell they're dated. I really like Evan Moore's Beginning Geography, so I think I'm going to get that. I will show it here. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm going to get that and go through that with her because I've gone through it with my other two daughters as well, and I really like that workbook. And then we had started this last year and we didn't get all the way through it because our morning time got kind of weird. But I think we have about 5 lessons left that take a couple weeks usually, so we will go through these as well. I think we might even start over. I haven't decided yet, but I think she will really enjoy this. This is Me on the Map from Little School of Smiths. So that's like geography, social studies that we're gonna do. Moving on to science. This is where I also have a lot of resources, but we are going to use for our spines 2 different ones. We have Bones and Stones from The Good and the Beautiful. They're little hearts and hands science. They're for like K through 2 or maybe even younger. So there is like the reader and then like the parent guide. And then I also got Weather and Waves, or Wind and Waves, and so we have the big book, and this is the science stories, and then the teacher's guide. Of course, I can't just do that. We've been really like emphasizing we're gonna study dinosaurs and getting excited. I've been building it up, and so we have a couple extra things. I did get fossils from Layers of Learning Science, and this is just like one of their units that they have. As well as we do have this from a friend. They used this paleontology unit for 3 through 8th grade back a couple of years ago, and so they gave this to me. We don't have the workbooks, but I figured this could be an extra that we kind of build off of and get more information from. Also, some of the extras that we have, I have this magic paint book, dinosaurs. These are things that I think she'll just keep busy with while I'm reading or doing some extra things. So we have this dinosaur puzzles book that highlights. We have a Melissa and Doug like play mat thing. I think I got her one of those excavation type things where she can dig into the fossils. We have Wild Dinosaur, it's a craft book. So at that time when I've been like purchasing things, they did have a few of these extra like little books, like the activity books for K through 2 that usually go along with like when other siblings are doing like the older units, like for the older students. But I thought she could still use these. I'm sure she'll enjoy them, and they were pretty cheap and helped me qualify for free shipping at that time. They just released a paleontology one, but I didn't have anything else I needed to purchase, and it just wasn't worth it to me, and these other things were a lot cheaper, and I got more for my money. So I did get geology, marine biology, and weather and water. So I think she can do those when we are doing those units for the little hearts and hands. So a couple things that I also have extra. So I purchased this past year. It's kind of like more for a plan B, like when something just doesn't go right and we need a break or something, can't do the normal schedule. This is Wild Science, and this is from Love at Home Education, and it's based on the Wildcats. So you have like a teacher's guide and you have an student activity notebook. There is different grade levels, but this is the one I'm showing you since this is her level. So I will share more about this another time, but this is like kind of our plan B if we can't get to science some days. And I have mentioned this a couple times, but I got this nature school book. This is by Lauren Giordano, Stephanie Hathaway, and Laura Stroop, and they have created this really beautiful like nature book, and I thought this was really pretty, and I got the workbooks with it. I actually purchased 2 of them for my 2 daughters that were homeschooling this year, but we didn't get to it. But this is the workbook, and I look at it and I'm like, I think my older daughter could do it, but she's not gonna be homeschooling. My younger one would maybe struggle with this. Well, someone mentioned to me about daily skill building and that they had like a companion guide for this book, And this is Science Through Nature, and it's a junior notebook companion. They actually have multiple levels. So this is the youngest level, the K through 3, and I will do a whole flip through of it as well, but this is something I plan to do here and there, add in to our science, because we don't really do a lot with like nature so much, and I think it would be really fun to add this in and go through this book and go through the nature books. So I'm going to bind it all. I have it all printed out. I need to bind it and share with you about that. So last thing that I'm going to share is kind of like Bible extra things that we're going to do. First of all, we are going back to our morning menus. We have had a break from them this past year, but she loved them. I'm really going to focus on like calendar work and just the things that she needs to memorize and some of those extra skills and things. So I'm gonna do that with her because she loved it. She keeps asking for it, so she will be so excited. We do have this resurrection unit that we will probably pull out in the spring because we did not finish it, so we will probably work on it some more in the spring. This is Grapevine Studies. Full of things that I'm going to do for Bible as well. Haven't pulled this out for quite a while. I got this, I think, the first year we started homeschooling. This is the Picture Smart Bible, and it's K through 3. This is Old Testament, and then there's New Testament back here as well. I have the full Bible, and you go through the books of the Bible, and you go through these just lessons. I have this, and it tells them what to like color and stuff. So you have them like colored a certain way. They might add some like little crafty things and stuff in here, but you go through like pretty much every book in the Bible, and you're like asking questions and things. So I think she will enjoy this. I don't know, it might be a lot to do every day, so I don't know exactly how we're going to do this and if we're going to start in Old Testament or New Testament. So that is one of the resources I have. I also want to watch What's in the Bible with her because I just love those shows, and my girls, when they were younger, my other two, really picked up a lot from there. A couple of other resources I have. We still have this Training Aliens from the same creator of Grammar Galaxy. So we didn't really pick up on it too much this past year with our morning time going kind of crazy, but I have this as a resource that we probably will pick up, as well as My Daddy Was Too Young to Die. I got this from Natalie Duhan, and this is a grief curriculum, and my youngest daughter is actually struggling sometimes with like grief. So I think my plan is sometimes in our morning basket I will put some of these pages in our morning menu, and then also just kind of going through this as she needs it, because she's grieving the loss of my dad here 7 years later because she was so young to grieve at that time. So that is another resource we have. Another thing that I have to add in is Lamita's Spanish. This looks very similar to how like The Good and the Beautiful is set up, and then this one is like, it's kind of like by units. So we are gonna start this and go through that. Also has some readers and things. And then I still do have Life of Fred, so I think we might pick this up here. I think she'll enjoy this. We did get a little bit into it this past year, but things got kind of crazy, so we will probably just try to pick this up with like our morning menu time. So that is second grade. Sorry for it's a really long video, but I just wanted to share all of these resources. Let me know if you have questions. I will kind of keep you updated as time goes on and give you some updates and let you know how things are going. I'm sure things will change as the school year goes. Like, I don't think we've ever had a year where nothing changed. So I'm sure some things will be changing. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.